Okay, hello, my name is Fatina Dira binti Ishaq.
My name is Warnusran Nabithwan Zaini.
So we're gonna do the THT9 and we will discuss the two questions, which is the first question is ending negotiation, and for the second question is summarizing and looking ahead. So question 1, part A. When do you end a negotiation? So what Rihanna have for
Okay,
this question?
before we answer the question, we have to know the definition. What is mean by ending negotiation?
Okay.
Okay, from my part of view, ending negotiation is a conclusion when we already finish the bargain, the concession, and this is made up all concession that they are going to make.
So ending negotiation is mean that when we have get the win-win situation, so we have to end the
It's not only win-win situation, because in negotiation also have failed negotiation, right?
Yes.
So I mean this by the process ongoing, this is the result of either it is successful or failure negotiation.
Okay.
It has to be end up with something.
So the time that we have to end the negotiation, myself, I answer is when the both parties they are satisfied with what we have discussed, and some negotiation, as you said just now, is a failure negotiation. So if the other parties is don't want to do the negotiation, so we have to end the negotiations. So it's a better, means it's not waste our time.
Yeah.
So you have other other answers?
Okay.
Another answers?
In my opinion, when I end the negotiation, negotiation can define as two situations. First, how to bring different ideas to a mutually agreed conclusion, which means win-win situation. And second, negotiating parties can use the acknowledgement or formalize the idea that agreement have been reached, which means you can thankful for to the parties for coming and having discussion, just like that.
Okay. So it is finished for the part A,
Yeah.
right? So we have to move the part B. The question is, what are the appropriate language expressions to use when you end a negotiations?
Okay, you first.
Okay, first. So I think the appropriate language is, I think we have reached an agreement here, or we can use the, I think we have a deal. There is two appropriate language.
Okay.
That's from me. How about
And
you?
from me, first, do you think this approach will work? And second, would you agree we should do it this way? And third, let's look at what we decide to do. Fourth, shall we try to sum up the main point of our discussion? Fifth, final, let's sum up this really quickly to make sure we are on the same page.
Okay. So let's move for the question 2, which is summarizing and looking ahead. So summarizing, I think, is after the ending negotiation, is mean we have to conclude all the point that we get from the discussion, from the negotiation. So how do you the part A question is, how do you summarize a negotiation? So Rihanna's questions.
Okay, I can simplify, divide it into two categories. First, I will summarize all my points, point that I have already agreed, and second point that I or the other side would need to get back to each other, which means the point is still not have agreement.
Not have agreement, which is mean?
I mean, you not agree with my points or I not agree with yours. So we have to discuss it again.
So it means we want to be more clear what
Yes.
is the conclusion is.
Yes.
Okay. So I have read some website. They said to make a summarize negotiation, they have three technique, which is a verbal, written, and acknowledgement. And another way, summarizing can use 3 steps, which is conclude discussion point, which is a key issue or discuss, which mean what the main point that we discuss in negotiation. The second one is rounds of bargaining, which means, as we said just now, we are what we had agreed and what we not been agreed. So the final is final commitment. So make sure that no confusion. So it means the both parties clear what they are make discussion. So the part A question, the part B question, what the appropriate language expressions to use when you summarize a negotiation. So
Okay.
Diana first.
First, I'm writing up here is, let's just summarize our agreement.
Alright.
Second, I think you cover everything. And third, let's just confirm the details then. And fourth, have I left anything out?
Alright.
And you? How about you?
We have same answers actually.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe we can move the next question, part C, which is, what are the appropriate language expression to use when you look ahead and propose to move forward in negotiation? So firstly, looking ahead is, what I understand is how we want to follow up from the company. Is it right? Or
I think so.
you think the same thing?
Yeah.
So maybe my appropriate language expression is, can I know when you will start this project? Is it appropriate language for this?
Can I know? Is it such a discussion?
Is it a discussion?
It's still in on discussion.
So it is not the follow up.
I don't have any idea about that, because the C question of C, I don't really understand what the requirement about this question.
But what we understand is how we want to follow up in that negotiation,
Yeah.
right? So maybe what your answer?
I just put it, thank you for having long discussion. I will let our manager officer to follow up with you. And second, we will review on our next progression on field. So which means after the work have been doing, and we will review it again.
Okay. I think I have the same thing what Rihanna's have been said just now. So we have done for the 9, and thank you.
Thank you.